So I'm going to keep this short. The reason why I haven't posted much is because I was sick. So I wanted to get some rest. And if you can still hear by my throat, I am still having some ugh. But I'm so far good. Hopefully I'm good tomorrow. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. You let out a small sigh as you slowly sat up on the floor. You felt homesick. You were always homesick, but today felt any worse than usual. Akaza soon noticed you spaced out on the floor. Are you sick? He asked. You shook your head. I'm alright, sir. No worries. You reassured him. Akaza stared at you. Alright then. Let's take a break. He spoke out. What were you two doing, you may ask? You were taking care of the science lab again. Akaza soon walked up to you and sat on the floor next to you. All right, tell me, what's wrong? He spoke out. He raised an eyebrow. As you turned to him, He cuts you off. I know that the look on your face very well. You have a lot on your mind, don't you? He didn't reply. You didn't reply, as he was correct. Tell me, what's on your mind? I'll listen, he added. Your eyes widened. You didn't know that Akaza was the listener type. You let out a chuckle. I didn't know you'd be willing, sir. I thought you'd be teasing me right now, he replied. Well, just tell me before I change my mind, he told you. You let out a giggle. No worries, sir. It's just about my grades, you told him, giving him a white lie. Well, there's no need for you to worry much about grades. You're not a bad student, he reassured you. You turned to him. You also aren't a good student. You frowned. As you quickly turned away from him, he let out a chuckle. I won't tolerate this kind of slander anymore, sir. You pouted. You soon felt a warm hand ruffle your hair. Your eyes widened as you quickly turned to Akaza. I know you're lying, Yin, but that's fine. You don't have to tell me if you aren't comfortable, he told you. A small smile formed on your lips. Thank you, Akaza, you spoke. He raised an eyebrow as he noticed that you dropped not horror fictions. Your eyes widened as you realized. Oh, I forgot, you told him, making excuses. He let out a laugh. Silly girl, he mumbled. Well, you can rest there for... He looked at his watch. 5 minutes, he added. What? 5 minutes only? You spoke out in shock. If you keep complaining, it'll be 2, he replied. Oh my god, thank you for your gracing me with 5-minute break. Oh, good sir, you spoke out. Sad. Oh my god, I can't speak. You spoke out. He only ignored your remark and goes back to whatever he was doing. I wonder, you mumbled. What is Izuku doing right now? My mother? Are they safe, you thought? Meanwhile, Izuku ran his hands through his hair as he let out a sigh. Where could you be, Yin? He mumbled, staring at a map of the whole city. Any ideas? A voice spoke out. Izuku turned to see Tokiyami. No, I don't have any ideas where she could be, Izuku replied. It's been 5 months. She couldn't have just run away or hid somewhere. It doesn't make sense. Her room didn't show any signs of struggle. And the CCTV, he added, growing frustration. Anyway, did Hawks find anything? Izuku asked. Tokiyami shook his head. He wasn't. He's also growing frustration, which is why he distracts himself with his work, he replied. He also isn't holding up well, considering that, he added. That? Izuku confused. He likes her. Tokiyami replied with no hesitation. Izuku's eyes widened. What? He likes my sister? He spoke out in disbelief. Yeah, I thought you knew, Tokiyami asked, confused. I didn't, Izuku replied. Well, think about it. Why do you think he keeps asking Yin to hang out with him? Tokiyami asks. Well, I thought that he was
it was all because Yin was his secretary and that they were close. He replied, "Huh? You're as oblivious as your sister," Tokiyami commented. "It must run in the family, huh?" he added. "What do you mean run in the family?" a voice spoke out. The two of you then turned around to see the detective who had held Yin's missing case. "We all know she isn't a part of the Midoriyas," the detective added and let out a laugh. Izuku and Tokiyami stared at him. "What? Is that a joke?" the detective says, brushing his offensive statement as a joke. Izuku soon spoke up. "Well, if you excuse me, I have some important matters to attend to." He soon left the room. Tokiyami follows suit. "Just ignore him," Tokiyami told Izuku. "I know," he sighs, "but I hate it. I hate that they are slandering her, all because she's a doll." Izuku's thoughts were cut off by Dark Shadow. "Let me beat him, that detective," he spoke. Dark Shadow, "Although that's a fantastic idea, we can't," Tokiyami replied. "Well, why not?" Dark Shadow asked. "Because our hero license could be revoked," Tokiyami replied. "Okay, but that's not a good reason. Let's beat him up," Dark Shadow suggested again. "No means no," Tokiyami replied. Dark Shadow pouts. "You're no fun," he comments. Tokiyami soon turned to Izuku. "So what are you planning now?" he asks. "Well, I plan on visiting Yin's apartment again. Maybe I can find something this time," Izuku replied. "Oh well, good luck with that," Tokiyami spoke out. Izuku nodded in reply. "Thanks," he mumbled. Time skip. Izuku took a good look at your apartment. Everything was the same. Izuku slowly walked up to your computer. He figured that there was probably a big clue as to what happened to you on your computer. He'd been thinking past few months on what the password to your computer here was. Okiwa, incorrect. What about, I can't believe I'm going to try this, but twice. I'm not saying that. I can't say that here, Izuku mumbled. He had been thinking about that ways you would name your favorite characters as new passwords. Well, here about anime characters. Wait, that was correct. Izuku spoke out, confused. He let out a small chuckle. Well, if it is about Yin, I'm not surprised. He mumbled. As soon as he got inside your computer, there was an app that was open. Huh? K and Y? Will you capture them all? Isn't this one of her favorite animes? Izuku mumbled. Well, it wouldn't hurt to play it. Oh shit, it's a dating game, he added. He tried exiting the game, but it wouldn't work. He soon let out a sigh. I guess I should play it, he thought. The game had an intro, introducing all the love interests. There were 15 love interests in total. Progress. 25%? Wait, that means Yin already got all the love interest endings. What if I don't choose one? Well, it wouldn't hurt to try. Izuku mumbled as he hit play. He avoided all the love options with the love interest and decided to befriend the love interest instead. After some time of playing this game, he crossed something. This game is the original game. The bold text is Izuku's. Oh, so basically, I will kind of just read all the directions and just read the bold ones that he did. Oh, shoot. I'm late. You spoke out as you ran around the halls with a slice of bread in your mouth. Why does she have a slice of bread in her mouth? A student commented. While you were focused on running, you accidentally bumped into someone. Ah! He spoke out as he fell on top of him. Thud. The two of you let out a groan. You slowly sat up. You let out a gasp. Oh my god, you told the person and got off of him. The person mumbled. You took a better look at him. You noticed that he had messy brown hair, dark brown eyes that was covered by his bangs, and his body was slightly muscular. I'm sorry, but the options are your boobs are bigger than mine. I'm sorry for bumping into you. Ooh, get away from me. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I'm sorry for bumping into you, you told him while scratching the back of your neck. It's all right, he replied. He tried to look at you in the eye, but looked away. He mumbled. Well, my name is Yin, you told him as you held out your hand. Oh, my name is Bob, he added as you took his hand, the two of you shaking hands. Well, it's nice to meet you, Bob. I need to go, so sorry for bumping into you again, you yelled out as you quickly ran to the next class. He watched as you left, hoping to see you again. Izuku raised an eyebrow. He wasn't shown in the intro, nor is he one of the love interests. Who is he? He mumbled. Probably a side character, he added as Izuku played more of the game. The more he learned about Bob, it seems that he's the love interest when you don't choose anyone. A hidden love interest? Izuku mumbles. Suddenly, there was an event that caused him to get shock. You walked up to your locker to change into your school shoes. As you opened your locker, a note fell out. You raised an eyebrow and picked it up. You looked at the love letter. A love letter? You mumbled. You opened it. The letter contained that the person needed to talk to you about something. That you needed to meet them at the back of the school garden. Miyako soon saw that you were reading. Ooh, perhaps they're going to confess to you, Miyako giggled. Are you going to go? She asked. Go to the garden, or don't go to the garden. Go to the garden. After some complaining, you soon decided to go to the garden to know what was all this about. Yeah, I'll go to the garden, she squealed in happiness. Good luck. If you don't like him or if he does anything, kick him in the balls, she told you. He let out a giggle. I will, Miyako. No worries. You replied and soon headed to the garden. As soon as you arrived, there was Bob, who was standing there. His face lit up immediately as soon as he saw you. Yin, he spoke out in nervousness tone. You raised an eyebrow. What is it that you want to talk about, Bob? You asked him. His eyes panicked. It's about, he spoke out. I just need to tell you something important, he added. Well, all right, what is it? You asked. Well, it's, I like you. Your eyes widened. In a romantic way, he added, his voice getting quieter. I'm sorry, but I don't like you. Crossed out. I like you too. I like you, but not in a romantic way. Let's date then, but it was crossed out. I like you, but not in a romantic way. You replied. His face quickly drops. Oh, are you sure? He asks. I don't fucking like you. I'm sure. Sorry. Get out of my face. And crossed out was, I actually love you. I'm sure. Sorry, you told him while giving him an apologetic smile. He then looked down. This wasn't how it was supposed to go, he mumbled. He then looked at you. His demeanor has changed. There was no shy and timid Bob you knew. I'll just have to execute my second plan, he spoke out. What? You were cut off by him covering your mouth. You tried to scream, but all it was blocked by his hand. You tried to bite him, kick him, and even scratch his arms and hands, but no avail. Bite me, scratch me, punch me, or kick me. I'll take it all, Yin, he spoke out. The tone of his voice felt scary. Tears soon rolled down your cheeks as he took you somewhere. If only you also said yes, then I wouldn't have to kidnap you, he added. more tears rolling down your face. Yin, I'll take care of you, all right. And if anyone finds out, I'll just dispose of them, Yin. I love you. I'll work hard to make sure that you love me back, he stated. Congrats! You have gotten the true ending. Meanwhile, Bob's POV. Have something important to talk to you about? I mumbled. As soon as I finished, I took a good look at the letter I had made. I let out a small smile. I was satisfied with what I had made. I let out a small sigh. I was so nervous. Wait, no, nervous was an understatement. Before I could even do anything, my grandmother busts into my room. Bob, I made you apple pie. It's downstairs. You better come right now, my grandmother told me, and soon left. Yes, grandmother, I yelled out, and soon went back to looking at the letter I made. I'm going to confess. I'm going to tell her how I feel. Tomorrow, I mumbled as I stared at the letter.